They say hard work pays off. Study late, show up early, perfect your resume, and ace that interview. Do all that, and success is just around the corner. Okay, well, what if they're wrong? What if success has always been 1 part hard work and 2 parts knowing someone's cousin in HR? Let's find out. Welcome to Hired, a crowd collective series where we navigate the path to employment. I'm your host, Funto Fasuan, and we're on a mission to uncover the realities of securing that dream job, or any job, in today's competitive job market. In this episode, we're exploring the age-old question: is it what you know or who you know that gets you hired? Nowadays, finding a job is like playing a game of hide and seek, except you're looking, but jobs are hiding. Or worse, they don't exist at all. So unless your childhood best friend's father's god buddy's mother is a hiring manager, you just might be screwed. Don't take my word for it. Let's peep the stats. In a 2022 survey by Reventify, of the 26,000 people surveyed, 37% of professionals believe that referrals are the main factor for landing a job. And of those 37% of people who did land a job, 55% of them mentioned that referrals were a big part of what helped them land a job interview. That's a lot. Makes you wonder, where does that leave the rest of us? We hit the streets, but then quickly realized it was winter and I don't deal well with the cold. So instead, we settled on U-Haul, a 912-foot hallway, which is basically the same thing as a street. We're here to awkwardly stop students and ask their opinions on merit versus social circle. Do you think it's who you know or what you know that gets you the job?
I actually think this might be controversial. I think it's your social circle. There's this old saying that a mentor of mine said, and it's not who you know, it's
what you know.
It's what you know, and who knows what you know. So you can know whatever, you can know anything under the sun, but if people don't know you know that, ultimately in terms of getting a job, it's not going to matter, right?
For me personally, especially working within the arts, and this might apply to a lot of people too, but who you know is much more important than what you know, because especially in the filming industry, that's the industry that I'm trying to get into, being able to outreach and have connections is essential in the workplace.
Yeah.
It's a lot of both. Because you could have a lot of friends, you could know a lot of people, but if you get the job and you don't know what you're doing, you'll lose the job and they won't get you back.
Right.
So with music specifically, like if you want to go into teaching and you want to share music with the youth and stuff, you definitely have to have a passion for it, and you definitely have to have some level of skill when it comes to it, or some level of knowledge.
Right.
Because if you don't, you're not really teaching the kids, you're kind of just there, right?
Right.
So I think at the end of the day, the most important thing is if you've developed those connections and you have an established social circle that you can really exercise them in.
Having someone put in a good word for you just helps you stand out. Fact is, networking could be done without. I know it's important, but I wouldn't say it's necessary, because there are people that have gotten jobs without it. So I don't want to make a rule out of it, right? But one thing that will help you is that you want to be competitive, right? So if after your qualifications, you have 10 people with that, what starts to differentiate you is that networking piece, that personal branding piece, just that overall package. So why, shut yourself when you can be the full package, and bring in networking into the equation?
I do think there is emphasis on social circles and networking. I do think it's really important. Kind of going back to my own experience, I didn't really have a lot of connections when I went through the recruitment process. My only real connections were just peers. So people that I had worked with in university and college and had that group work with, which I do think that probably played a little bit into the role of me getting hired, because we, especially at KPMG, we have a really collaborative kind of process when it comes to recruiting, where we talk to everybody that's gone through the recruiting process, like those Meet the Firm nights. We have students, we have managers, we have partners, kind of everybody all encompassing. So we do have those conversations within our office, say like, hey, how did you like this person? Or hey, I know this person, or I have those connections. So I do think it's really important. Is it the end all be all? I don't think so. Like, there's definitely opportunities for people who don't have connections to get those jobs. Like, I feel like I am kind of one of those people. But I do think it's important to put your name out there and build these connections, because it's going to help you get in, and it's also going to help you as you progress in your career as well.
Well, you've made it to the end. You know that networking is important, but you still don't know how to network, or what it is even. We did that on purpose. Now you have no choice but to tune in next episode, where we discuss if your network truly is your net worth. And if it is, how do you get some of that dough? Until then, I'm Funta Fasoan, and this has been Hired.